Hi friends, welcome to Andy Bricks and a look at 76321 Spider-Man versus Doc Ock subway train scene. So this is a scene from Spider-Man 2, the movie. Only two of these characters actually exist in the scene, but it's nice that Lego gave us a couple of extras to fill out the car. They could have just been random people on the train, but they've actually given us Aunt May and J. Jonah Jameson, which is really nice. It's a fairly decent Jameson. I've actually already done a video of this, but when I went to upload it, it was like 40 minutes long, and that's because I talked about everything that I shouldn't have, about all the variants of Doc Ock and Spider-Man, and the first time they done this set, and things like that. Yeah, so I had brought out heaps of images and you know, these sort of things, and gabbed on about all sorts of stuff that was relevant but didn't need to be in the video. So here we go. One thing I did notice, I filmed this, I tore this down to put it away. Thought I can't upload that video, it's just way too long, and rebuilt it. And one thing I noticed was in the pictures and the instructions, they actually, the first time I put these on, I had both of these web pieces on the outer like that, but in the instructions it actually shows you to have that one that way, but there's actually several pictures and they swap. And now things like this is what I shouldn't be doing. Where's the instruction? Actually, I may. Oh no, I think I've got Spider. I normally keep Spider-Man's other head in this little bag of spare parts that you get after building the set, but let me just quickly see if I can find these pictures of the webs here. So this web here is in the orient that it is now, facing the same way as this one here, but if you actually look at pictures like the back of the box, this web's facing outwards, and you can see the one on the other side that's facing outwards as well, the same way as that one there. That one's flicking around a bit, but they're not turned the other way like that. And I just found that really interesting. I didn't see it the first time I built it, but in rebuilding it to do this video, I came across it. So yeah, interesting little you know, bit of useless information there, but yeah, it's interesting how images on the box sometimes differ from how they actually get you to build things and things like that, as well as the images on the boxes sometimes don't even equal what you get inside the box. And by rights, Lego should be putting somewhere on these boxes, contents may vary from what you get, and I don't know how they're getting away with it, but they're not doing it, and it's false advertising. And I've just watched one of Ryan's Ask Him an R, and he talks about this stuff. It's about halfway through March, so it could have been 2 to 3 weeks ago I watched it. So it's somewhere around the start of March 2026. Ryan is talking about how Lego are getting away with false advertising. And it was around the new smart brick sets for Star Wars, and there was an ad, and they had the tune coming out of the toy, but none of the brick noise. And the one that it was Mos Eisley Cantina, which makes a racket as you wiggle it backwards and forwards to get a sound out of it. And they'd taken all that brick noise away and just had the tune playing. False advertising, clearly. And I've just happened to have this down here. I just thought about another time, false advertising. So see these troopers here with that print there on the top of their head, goes to a peak. That doesn't actually exist. And it should say somewhere on this set here, that is the case. You know, content will differ from the image. And I don't know how Lego are getting away with it, but they are. And there's a lot of toy companies that don't. And I just wonder why and how Lego are getting around this. So another thing I found was when I pulled this to pieces, I had put those stickers on quite poorly, so I pulled them off. There's two on the train. I pulled them both off and repositioned them. So what we have is Spider-Man at the front of the train, very nice ripped suit, a neat little carriage. I've got several trains, many trains actually, and they're all plastic track ones. I would love the old steel track train, but you know, a real electric train set. But it was, you know, came after the time I got into it, and they're so expensive. I have no way of obtaining one, so plastic trains it is. But this is the first time I've actually built a Lego train piece or of any sort. Now this is the lead car, so there's controls all in it, but Lego could, oh, wheels have come off. Don't you just love Lego? How it falls to pieces on you when you're doing a video. Oh, hang in there, Doc Ock. Spider-Man's come off as well. And, yeah, so this is a lead train, but what Lego could have done was made slightly better hookups for these so that you could buy two and they clip together. I think that would have sold a few more if they had have, possibly. Now this was $80 to $90 here in New Zealand. It does come with a couple of turning plates so you can swap them out for the wheels, so you can get the wheels to rattle, you know, around and you know, follow the curvature of a track. But they also had this, you know, put it together so kids could just play with it on the carpet or on the floor, you know, lino wooden floors, whatever you have on your floor at home. Kids could, you know, push this around without the wheels swinging in funny ways, and it wouldn't have worked. So let's just let's get into the minifigures. The Spider-Man stays on the front quite well, even though he is trying to be forced off by these rubber pieces here. But yeah, it works all right. Now Spider-Man. Oh, the other thing is that the train is really neat. Like, you can actually see in there. There's Jameson. He's found Spider-Man's hood, and on the other side we have Aunt May, and she's just having so much fun riding the train. Now it gives you a couple of ingot pieces, and that's just where you put your finger to pop the roof off, which was very, very nice of Lego to do. They do come to bits a little bit because they just stuck together like that, and there's nothing really holding them on. They do fall around, and that comes off quite easily as well, the tile piece that sits there. Anyhow, let me just whip out these couple of figures. Now we get a couple of stickers to make it look like the train windows have been smashed. I think you can see it fine. I had a little bit of trouble putting those on, as I always do with clear back stickers and stuff. They just didn't land quite as square as I would have liked. Now in my last video I actually pulled it all to pieces, but to get in and have a look at these train panels, now one of them's damaged. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit more we can see. Possibly, come on Andrew, get it right. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to see, but there's plenty of videos out there. Jack Bricks is a good one. He'll show you everything. So we get that at either end, that the control panel, a driver's seat just there, the blue driver's seat, and some bench seating through the train, the driver's seat at the other end. Oh, there's a nice shot-ish of it. One end is damaged, as Spider-Man is this one here, as Spider-Man is trying to stop the train. There's some black bits around, and and the switches, some of the switches are in different positions than the other sticker, which is nice. Now I don't know if I'm fortunate or what, but one of my windows, it should be so clear like that one there, but one of them looks like it's been smashed, and I must askly go for a new one, but I thought that was so cool that I actually got a bung bit, but it works with the smash of the front of the train. So I thought that was awesome. So we have Spider-Man. Now I don't know if this figure has come with these, excuse my bricks, concrete bricks that is, that hold my light. I don't know if this figure has been in another set, the back and the front of him, without the damage. It's quite possible, but it's so cool. This is the first time we've got Spider-Man with a damage like that on him, from him, you know, getting shredded, trying to save the train, and first time we get him in a uniform without his hood piece on, which Jameson's holding over here, which he found on the floor of the train. But yeah, very cool, very cool. So I'll just whip his old, now I don't know if that head's been used before, we'll get back to it in a second, but this is Spider-Man in his glory with his mask on. Now I would imagine that this figure without those skin tone, actually quite, let's note how well Lego got those flesh tones through there. Normally they do that and it looks white, so they've obviously starting to sort that problem out. Flesh tone looking white on, you know, different coloured bricks. But this head here actually comes with a different face. So on the other side we have him, hey, I'm just Spider-Man having fun, with a smile. But yeah, this face works with the set. So next we have Aunt May, and the first Aunt May I got that looks something like this was in the Bridge Battle set. Now I never built it, but it's just under the desk here, and yeah, I need to do something with it, because either sell it or yeah, I don't have the place to display these things. But as much as I'd like to, you never know when fortunes will change, and you know, I might have somewhere to display them. But Aunt May, looking very granny, and it's a great figure. And the other side of the face, she's, you know, maybe speaking to someone. Love the jersey. I don't know if it's been around before. I should have looked the parts up. Now, here's the interesting figure for me, because Lego came out with this statement saying that they love consistency. I don't know what it is. Ryan always plays it on his M&R Productions, you know, let's be consistent. And it's them, I don't know if they're talking about the Death Star or something else. It could be, but yeah, they blow on about how they like to be consistent. But Mr. Jameson, now the first time I got Mr. Jameson was in 2013 in the Spider-Man Daily Bugle Showdown, this set here. There he is down there with his hair. Now I wish that they would either stick with this hairpiece or not. Now I don't even know. Now we actually got this hairpiece on Jameson, John J.J. Jameson, and the big Daily Bugle, superhero Daily Bugle, I don't know what it's called, 76178, I think. I should have looked that up as well. But what I did notice was the latest Daily Bugle little build, this one here, there's Jameson at the bottom, and he's got that other hairpiece on, which is a great hairpiece, don't get me wrong, but it's not the right one for Mr. Jameson at all. And yeah, I wish they hadn't done that. Actually, that's pretty cool. I must look into this, see if it's still about. I love that Wolverine all black, that's quite neat. Not that he's anyone, you know, that is from anywhere, you know. He probably is from somewhere in the universe, but not that I know of. Let's just put these back together. I do have a little bit of trouble with getting the roof. Now see, that happens if that was on camera. I hope so. These just pop off all the time, especially when you're fitting a new, you know, the roof back on. It's quite tight. Toit. Oh, that one went a bit better. But yeah, the webs on the side, they're just the standard web piece. And these actually clip together to make a little trap, which is very cute. You've got to have those ropes off, but the webs make this little trapezoidy thing. Actually, is there a picture? No, there isn't. It's something totally different. But yeah, very cool, and it works well with this. But yeah, this is the right looking hairpiece, except it should be a little bit grey around the bottom, maybe. But yeah, I like this Jameson, JJ Jameson. It looks great, and I wish they'd just be consistent. And you know, the new Daily Bugle should have had this hairpiece or the other one, but not that new one. And we come to the best Doc Ock figure I've seen, that I've had. Now, there is a really cool one in that big Daily Bugle superheroes thing, $500 set here in New Zealand, and his arms are his tentacles, should I say, are made up of heaps of these little, that clear piece, but in grey somehow. And I don't know how well it holds together, but this was the best one. This is the best looking tentacles I've seen. Now normally you just get that little clip at this clip here at the top and at the end of a Technic thingy. Oh, here's a picture here. Quickly, this is what held me up last time. See the tentacles there with the little clips on the end. This is from the Ultimate Spider-Man Doc Ock, so it doesn't look anything alike, but it looks similar to the cartoon, that one. But that's what it was made up of. But this is our best Doc Ock to date, I believe. I'm so happy with him. Let me see if I can just remove his tentacles quickly. Slight operation. The best hairpiece. It suits him to a T. It's just the perfect hairpiece for him in the movie. It looks just like it. I believe. I think they cracked it. Now that didn't make it for Doc Ock, but it was around. We got some shoes there. A little bit of shoe. Not sure if I'm going to be able to get that on the camera. A little bit of print on his shoes there. And his waistcoat comes down into his legs, print through the hip piece, and yeah, it's supposed to be an olivey green colour, but I'm happy with it being brown. It works. It's not right, but it works. Now I don't know. They have actually made him olive green the first time they done him. The first set that this is only the second time they've put out the train set with Spider-Man, you know, rescuing the Bay Ridge. Is that how you say that? I can't pronounce stuff to save myself. Bay Ridge Rail Run. And we get that at both ends. It's a sticker. Getaway lights. And yeah, it's a neat little train. And these little bogies, or whatever you call them, they have a cup on them and another little brick there to make up some, you know, technical, you know, mechanical type looking things. I should have. So that's the hookup bit, and you get that at the other end as well. So, you know, they should have really thought about it and made it so if you brought two, you could hook them together. Not that you could power this thing. Now there is somebody out there. I think it might be Mad About Lego or something. He actually runs one of these on a circular train track, being pushed by another you know, power pack thing. So it's not actually powered this up, but you can see this go around, and it looks great. And you could imagine a heap of them. You know, I would have loved to have gotten multiples of these for my train track if I ever have a Lego City. But yeah, that's another thing. So he also has another face where he's so happy. He's just made the fusion reactor, the sun in the palm of his hand. And I don't know if this is the same movie or not, where he does that. I don't know if it is, actually. This might be a different take, but yeah, really nice. And the good thing with this Doc Ock is if you whip a couple of the pieces out, even if you don't, maybe, he stands up on these fantastic, the tooth piece and a Ninjago piece here, just makes these look, it's a little pincer thing made of 3 pieces, and they got it down. They really did, even though it doesn't pincer up. Now I don't know if he will stand. I might need to pull one of these little pins out. And the red one as well, quickly. And he will stand there very well. This is just fantastic. So there we go. Standing on his legs or his tentacles, and yeah, it's fantastic. I think that they really cracked that one. I don't want to turn my camera off by moving it around. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, that's about it for me. I don't want to ramble on too long because I made the last one over time, and I don't want to do it again. So because I'm good at talking about everything to do with Lego around these sets and stuff, and I've got to get better at just talking about what I need to. But he can hop up on the train quite well. And yeah, there we go. Out the rest of our team. I don't know if they'll all fit up here. But yeah, a great little set for $90, I think. 80. I might have got it for 85. I'm not sure. It could be 80, and it goes for 85, but somewhere around that. But rather expensive. It is 400 bricks, so we roughly pay about 20 cents a brick here in New Zealand, roundabout, or up to 30 cents a brick. But it's roughly where these sets sit, is at 20 cents a brick, and there's 393 bricks in this set, or pieces, parts, whatever you call them, and that's about it. You know, that's out running at 20 cents a brick. Let me just try and put Spider-Man's mask in his hand. He should really be holding it from the bottom, but I can't even get it in his hand. Come on, Andrew. What are you doing, boy? Get in there. Come on. I can't believe it. It is just not going to go. Oh, there we go. Finally. Thanks, Spider-Man. Your friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man with his mask in hand. But yeah, so there we go. He does that a bit because he's just held on by that one stud there. I'm sure you could change it so that you get more studs supporting him. But there he is. Let's just try and get it all in the picture. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm still running at half an hour, close to, so I've still talked a bit more, but I got it down by 10 minutes, so that's an achievement for me. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. If you want to subscribe to me and you want to sub back, let me know in the comments. And it's all about sub for a sub at Andy Bricks. And peace to you all, and stay safe, and Andy Bricks out.